right there. Don't you know that it has calories in it? Yeah, my ass is buying Doritos instead. For the same price, I'm getting 3,500 calories. I'm telling you, I think the new worm, my personal opinion, you can disagree if you want. I'd love to see you on round 5 and probably beat your ass, Red. I think the new worm is unplayable. Be like a adorable fighter. It worked well for me. Don't be shy. Post a screenshot. Actually, don't just post the screenshot. Post all the stats. I don't want to see one run. I got a 10-piece with 1 life left. I got a level 3 worm because I got 1,700 chocolates. And then it synergized perfectly. I want to see every single worm run you've ever done. And then I want to see the average number of wins compared to the average number of wins on runs where you don't take a worm. I don't want this observer bias where you're like, I got 1 10-piece with it and 17 4 wins. I want the whole thing. Give me this. On God, I just made it work. I don't trust you. I simply don't trust you. I need to see the stats. Look at that. Look at. I've stopped listening to chat. I started listening to myself. We're on a flawless run right now. Meanwhile, chat's out here asking, hey, has he seen what the puppy pack does yet? You're back in November 2021. Give me this. Give me a lemur. I'm not listening. Tell jokes. Tell jokes. I'll read them, pretend they're mine, and laugh about it. I'll handle the strategy. I'll twist your words into banter. I'll turn you into a straw man. We'll get a 10-piece, and then you can apologize. This and this. But if we get another beetle, oh, baby. I hope a worm shows up just so I can roll past it. There we go. Have you heard of headboarding? That's when you go headboard mode. Have you heard of Headboard by Lil Ugly Man? That's when you listen to Headboard by Lil Ugly Man. Me driving in my car, when it plays Headboard by Lil Ugly Man, and then Shuffle comes on, and then it plays a different version of Headboard by Lil Ugly Man. Call that Headboard mode. Well, one of these. I was not expecting that reference. Why are people still so surprised that I'm cool? Justin, do you ever have to deal with this? I feel like you got tattoos. So when you're like, I like good music, people are like, of course you do. You have tattoos. My ass is just out here like, you know, as pale as I came into God's green earth as, and they just assume that I love listening to like Imagine Dragons or something like that. I listen to good music. And some bad music too. People don't think I'm cool just because I don't have a fucking purple octopus going on my arm or something like that. Just because I'm wearing a New Balance shirt, New Balance shorts, and New Balance shoes. I'm going to say, roll me for a green beetle. Piece of crap. You sponsored by New Balance? They don't have to sponsor. It's a brand with recognition the world over. Holy cow, we win these? Green beetle! It's exactly what I wanted, but now I don't need the green beetle right away. Oh, it's still good. It gives you meat. I'll still take it. And then, you're gone. And then give me 2 of these immediately. We're not going to slow play them. Give me the radio, and then follow it up with the radio. I I think you can make whale shark work, but it's not my tempo. Instead, we're going to throw a hawk out here. You're no longer part of the turbo team. Nice snipe. Oh, crap. It really was a nice snipe. Oh, it wasn't that nice, though. I'm looking. You're going to get HP. Take some garlic for now. It's all about winning. You're going to give 2 friends 2 health. It's like horrific ROI. Honestly, for now, this squad is doing something. I'm content to not roll and spend some money on meat. The wall is his ground. True. True. I remember that. I remember that from the sketch. And now the kind of guy to wash a sweater after he wears it once. Not anymore, because I shave my chest and stomach. So I'm not sweating as much. So, and also it's the summertime, so I'm not wearing many sweaters. But even if I were, no, you're probably gone soon. Do we need to... This is a perfect squad to pivot to T-Rex at some point if it starts to fall off. Smooth as an otter? Not really, because I got, like... The thing you need to know is life's about compromises, okay? I got the chest and the stomach stubble, which is not, like, a great aesthetic, but there's no such thing as a perfect solution, you know? And perfect is the enemy of good. I made a decision. My decision was I'm going to roll with the stubble. And just be a little cleaner for the summertime. I'm not interested in a hippo here. We're kind of all in already. I really don't want to buy a salad, man. But we should do something. That's nice. That's nice. Honestly, at this point, you're a 311 with meat. You're a 3-9 with meat. I think a wolf that hopefully doesn't get sniped could kind of go crazy. And then for the time being, take this as future protection against snipers. Although I guess you yourself are already protection against snipers. Stubble's better than clean shaven because you're not a baby. On the face, yeah, but like on the chest and stomach, I don't know if I agree with your police work there. But I defend to the death your right to say it. More HP. Some of this. I'd like to level my snipers. Garlic's not keeping you alive anymore, but if you're not being kept alive, then why would we give you a chili? It's a good point. How about some chocolate? Now that we got it, I don't know what to do with it. Turkey's going to get sniped. I don't see it happening. You can feel the chest stubble through the t-shirt, but that's also very funny, in my opinion. It's a strong-looking squad. We're falling off. Like, every once in a while, I'll just feel my stubble through my shirt. And I'm like, that's funny. You need to go, man. Give me something! Give me a tier 5. You know what? Actually, I would sell you, and I would buy 2 of these sons of guns right here. I don't think it matters the order necessarily. But then next turn we'll get a level and maybe we'll get... Okay, we'll try. We're definitely gonna be washed for like a little bit. But it's like... It's a hard pivot to get out of. We still got 3 life. We could definitely go like lionfish T-Rex. Or mantis. Mantis could also work. Like, how about this Let me get radio again. Another level. Give me another mantis. You're not going to give me anything. Sell me. Buy me. Level me. Oh, you had a chance. Mantis. Spinosaurus, which is probably going to get sniped, but those are the breaks. It's a strong bus. It's one of the strongest buses I've ever seen. Stop buffing the wrong unit. You gotta buff the right unit. We're so close to not being washed. Chocolates? I fundamentally don't believe in the turkey this week because they're snipers. Is your ass done? An 826 with then a turkey back. I guess we gotta try. I just sold my best unit, but I gotta do what I gotta do, man. And then you come out here. This is what we were looking for, kind of. A tomato is not useless. Chocolate would be better, or a matching unit. Okay, we're going to be on lethal, in my opinion. But now we at least have some scaling, some spawning. The T-Rex kind of works. What's your favorite Lady Gaga album? I would have to say, for me personally, The Fame Monster. I've got nothing against Born This Way, obviously. I think that if anything, that's probably like her most underrated album. But I would say The Fame Monster for me is definitely... It goes really hard. It's close to Top of the Pops, if I had to guess. Slay? I can't name a third Lady Gaga album. By the way, we won. Another Spinosaurus? Nah. Go for it. Nobody needs a lemon. The snipers are going to be too powerful. Bacon? You're rolling for chocolates in the future? Another tomato? I'd rather keep a space open for chocolate. Okay, come on, come on. We're going to have units so close to leveling. Phil Collins said he watches your videos. Honestly, I feel bad for Phil Collins then. Because I've said some things about Phil Collins' work. I'm not really qualified to speak about Genesis, really. And I love some of his solo stuff. I think maybe In the Air Tonight is extremely overplayed, but something like Susudio, of course, I'm into it. But I'm very not into the Tarzan soundtrack. I think that the Disney soundtrack that you're in love with is very much a product of when you were born. I was born too early to be in love with the Tarzan soundtrack. I'm in love with the Aladdin soundtrack. I was in love with the Lion King soundtrack for a long time. Kind of washed out around... yes! Kind of washed out around Quasimodo. Hang on, can we still do this? Oh, we can still do this. That was a huge win. Scammed the panda. So for me, the Tarzan soundtrack is just, it's not my tempo. And in particular, and feel free to shoot the messenger. A lot of people say don't shoot the messenger. I'm not in charge of that. The one in front of the gun lives forever. You'll Be in My Heart, hate it. Not interested in it as a song. Strangers Like Me, it's okay. I'm not anti-Strangers Like Me. I'll at least tolerate it. But You'll Be in My Heart is not my tempo. Please. No, he's too strong. Oh! Okay, well played. We still got to 9, though. Also, I was realizing it's been a long time since I've seen Tarzan. And I only saw it once on a bus. Tarzan lives in the jungle. Was there like a boat accident where he was a baby and he washed up on the shore and then he was raised by like panthers or something like that? Is that correct? Yes, okay. He's living in the jungle. He's by gorillas. Okay, so he's being raised by gorillas. Maybe like a squeaky celebrity, like Fran Drescher. He said panthers. Was it panthers? Was it gorilla? I don't know, man. I'm doing my best here. I haven't seen it since 1999, okay? But then he's just chilling in the jungle with his parents, who are either panthers or gorillas. And then, like, people from England come. And they're like, hey, Tarzan, come back to England? And he's like, And they're like, if you don't come back to England, we'll shoot you. And then, like, one of the gorillas is like, no! And I think I'm getting it confused with Planet of the Apes. That's Planet of the Apes. They come to the forest to kill the gorillas. What's Tarzan doing, though? He's like C-3PO, helping the Ewoks fight off the colonialists. He's swinging on vines and stuff. That's exactly true? Okay. A lot of people are saying I don't know anything about Tarzan. Seems like I know just about everything that there is to know. George of the Jungle? Yeah, George of the Jungle is like, it's like Tarzan, but a comedy. It's like the Gilligan's Island to Lost comparison. But he always swings into a tree. But he's so jacked that he leaves like a human-shaped indentation on the tree. I remember in like 8th grade, my parents sent me with my next door... Well, okay, my next door neighbor was going to Christian Bible camp. And I think that my parents just needed like... It's summer vacation. They got to find something for me to do, right? So they were like, go with your friend to Christian Bible camp. I always remember like every morning we watched George of the Jungle and people were laughing it up. And then we would go play in like outside with like a slip and slide for like an hour. And then they would come in and read us like a little bit of the Bible. And that was boring as hell. We were like, take me back to George of the Jungle, man. Let me get this straight. You turned his wife into a pillar of salt? What does this have to do with the Veggie Tales? I don't understand. This next shop has the potential to do the funniest thing of all time. George of the Jungle and Tarzan aren't the same thing. I'm pretty sure that George of the Jungle is a parody of Tarzan. That sounds right to me. Other way around? Come on. I still think the hawk can go hard. Yes, yes. Forget the worm. It's gone. I spent it. It's also got a hot redhead in it. You remember too much about George of the Jungle. The age at which you're watching George of the Jungle is so far before the age in which you should be acknowledging the hotness of whatever you're attracted to. Then, when you're like 25, you put the movie on that you loved when you were a kid, and you're like, holy cow, Mary Swanson's a damn hottie. I didn't realize that as a kid. I thought she was just like a lady. Okay, old ass. You can't just call me old ass in every situation. It was Leslie Mann. Are you stupid? Leslie Mann does not play Mary Swanson. Leslie Mann plays the love interest in The Cable Guy with Matthew Broderick. The one from Dumb and Dumber is named... I know her name. I know her name. She married Jim Carrey after the movie came out, but then they got divorced. It was very sad. It was very sad. Holly Swanson. Holly. Lauren Holly. And they were roommates. That's right. Lauren Holly. Six six or 5'8"? I choose 5'8". Oh. The Buttress of Windsor. Oh! Oh! Okay, this is the chosen one. Thomas Hayden Church was great as the villain. He's not Thomas Hayden Church isn't the villain in Dumb and Dumber. What are you talking about? You guys are crazy. I have no idea who played the villain, but it was not Thomas Hayden Sideways Spider-Man 3 Church. That was from George of the Jungle. Okay, never mind. You're probably right about that. I don't remember. That one I'll give you. That was my mistake. There's also, I'll teach you a little trick if you ever want to suss out whether or not Jay is in chat. Just talk about the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. Dumb and Dumber, great movie, stupid movie, great movie, but a stupid movie to have a soundtrack that goes insanely hard as it does. We lose these. Dumb and Dumber is an awful movie. Is it possible that you just don't enjoy cerebral humor? Like when the lady says she's from Austria and Jim Carrey as Lloyd Christmas says, Austria, huh? Throw another shrimp on the Barbie? Is it possible you just didn't understand the joke? He got me. It does. It has Peter Pumpkinhead. Not the original by XTC, but the cover by the Crash Test Dummies. It has other songs. It has that one that goes, it's where I find my heaven. I feel like it's got... Hey, dude, listen, I'm alt-tabbing. You're going to make me alt-tab? Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. I'm pretty sure it has on it as well. Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. IMDb. Give me a second here. There's a lot. Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead by Crash Test Dummies. Hurdy-Gurdy Man by the Butthole Surfers. By the Crash Test Dummies. Where I Find My Heaven by the Gigolo Aunts. You Sexy Thing by D-Light. Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. Can We Still Be Friends by Todd Rundgren. Hallelujah from the Messiah Chorus composed by George Frederick Handel. Auld Lang Syne, lyrics by Robert Burns. Whiny Whiny, Things That Make Me Go Crazy by Willie Oneblood. I'm not really familiar with that one. We're so unwashed, we're starting to fucking stink. You gotta go sniper build. You're not long for this world either. Oh! Pick one volume and stick to it. Are you Roy Orbison pilled? I don't want to go off on a rant here, but do any other millennials think the best Roy Orbison song is Sleepwalking by Modest Mouse? From the B-side collection, Building Nothing Out of Something? No? It's actually Pretty Woman. Okay, well, you know, it's close, though. It's close. You're here. What do? You 21 damage to the opposite enemy. I feel like we gotta put you in position 1. Then we gotta sell your ass, put your ass out here. Everything is gonna get sniped. Level 3 jellyfish is gonna go crazy. And then, oh, this is pretty good. The only thing I know about Modest Mouse is my mom's ex-boyfriend loved them, and he turned out to be a cocaine addict. Okay, well, like, lots of people abuse drugs. Most of the people who abuse drugs listen to bad music, probably. So, if anything, you shouldn't be drawing, like, a parallel between those two unrelated things. It's not Isaac Brock's fault that your mom's ex-boyfriend abused cocaine, okay? It's Ronald Reagan's fault, I think. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but I knew it would get lots of upvotes, so I said it. Holy cow. Dude, we're not going out on round 12. I'll tell you that much. Like, this is... We're still in a pretty good spot. You're doing great. You should use some, like, equipment or something, maybe. This squad doesn't die on round 12. Who's the Canadian version of Ronald Reagan? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. There's a lot. It's hard to draw the parallels across so many different data points. No. Rob Ford is definitely the analog to a different American president. And I'll let you insert your own biases to find it. Yeah, dude, it's probably Brian Mulroney. I think that is the correct answer. Similar political ideologies, similar legacies of either being beloved or very contentious. That sounds like the analog to me. Also, it's great because it's one of like the 7 Canadian prime ministers I can actually name. Didn't speak French or try. So true. Ronald Reagan also did not speak French. That's yet another thing that they had in common, I think. Level 3 Hippo's gonna rinse me. There's nothing I could do about that one. I think that we just ran into a great squad, honestly. Seven wins. I think I got one more in me. Ronald Reagan doesn't speak French, but he did know what voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir means. About a bearded bagel. TOS? That's not TOS. We could go to the bedroom and play Canasta or like Fire Emblem or something. When is Quebec going to become its own country? They had like 2 referendums, but it was a blowout. It wasn't even close. 50.2% of the population said, maybe it was 50.1% of the population said we'd rather stay with the rest of Canada. So they said, we're washed. We should just not even consider running it back. That's not what I meant to take. I meant to take you. What am I doing? It's not a complete catastrophe. It's not a complete catastrophe. I can sell you, buy something. Sell you, sell you? We didn't lose our previous outcome lost. Previous outcome lost. We did lose our last one. It kind of worked. Look at this HP, man. Yippee! I feel like I only play against Guest and Joseph Swift. They should just rename Canada to Quebec and then move the capital to Montreal. Honestly, sure, why not? I don't know. I've heard worse ideas. Probably. You could just about rename the country to anything and move the capital anywhere, and I wouldn't care. No disrespect to Ottawa, but I think the only thing keeping the capital of Canada in Ottawa is, like, inertia and the fact that people are worried about, like, what would happen to Ottawa if the capital moved. It's like when one of your friends is depressed, but they have abs. And you're kind of like, I feel for him. Thank God they got the abs. That gives them a little bit of time to work on the mental stuff. But if they lost the abs, they got to talk to somebody straight away. Don't fuck with Ottawa, please. I like Ottawa! I do think that a lot of the things I like about it are related to the fact that the government is there, so there's lots of, like, really stable jobs, which allows, like, cool restaurants and other stuff to pop up around it. And if they happen to move the capital, then maybe some of those cool restaurants would be like, we don't need to be here anymore. Fine, give me a hippo. What does Vancouver have? People like to live here because the weather's nice. That's like the big one for sure. I heard Worm goes crazy this pack. Leave me alone. God-awful sports teams? Yeah. Do we even have, like, god-awful sports teams? We have, like, one team. You don't need to be here anymore. You need to be here. If anything, it's, like, more of a burn that we only have the one team. Oh, right, the Whitecaps and the BC Lions. Good public transit? Yeah, I think people in Vancouver don't know how good we got it. It's not good by, like, Asian or European standards, I'm sure. But it's, like, really good by Canadian standards. But then people, like, it's a... The downtown... But, like, the city of Vancouver proper has, like, less than 1 million people. People will post, like, insane shit. Like, I went to Tokyo and the transit blew me away. Yeah, motherfucker. Like, 40 million people live there. And there's remarkably little urban sprawl. Like, they're doing pretty well in Vancouver, man. With 2% of Tokyo's population. Tokyo, Japan, bad chest. I mean, okay, but public transit is really good in Tokyo. That's not bad chest. It's a model for the rest of the world. Although I do think they shouldn't be, like, pushing people into the trains. Like, I guess I shouldn't tell them, like, how to do their infrastructure. It just scares me. I don't ever want to be, like, pushed into a subway train and wedged between, like, not onto the tracks. I mean, okay, now go to Switzerland. You'll find places the size of Kingston with public transit that's better than Vancouver. Okay, maybe I'll go to Switzerland where, like, a latte is $35 too. Get owned. At least in Vancouver, a latte is only $32. As a Swiss, +4. You know what's great is that I think people from Switzerland like it when I slander their country, because from what I understand, they don't want other people going there. So If anything, they're probably like, keep up the good work. Keep up the bon travail. Does that work? No thanks. Yes, thanks. Chocolate next round. 4 life left. We're swimming. Bon is feminine? Okay, bon. Bon travail. Oh, you're saying work isn't feminine? I mean, I wouldn't say it. The kind of people hold me to a higher standard because I'm like an influencer or whatever, but that is fucked up. That is... Level me? Buff me? I think we could... You know what? I haven't really run a boar this week. I know I was buffing the hippo, but it didn't do what it needed to do. Let's give the boar a chance. You always bore me? I doubt it. Sometimes for sure, but like always, I don't think so. This, if you ever scale, we're gonna love you to have that. You don't need to be around much longer. You, on the other hand, I really wanted some chocolate. That's okay. You taught the whole world about je ne sais quoi? Excuse me, I did not teach the whole world about je ne sais quoi. You're forgetting about the movie Austin Powers. He has what the French call a certain I don't know what. His name is Austin Powers. And then it's and he turns around like this. You know what have you ever seen it? Have you seen it? It was uploaded at 6 a.m. and it's got 1 view. How did they make the note, like the sound in Soul Bossa Nova, the theme song to Austin Powers, that goes, you know? I know you're going to say, what's the sound? I can't make the sound. It's like 2 balloons rubbing against each other. It's called a suica. They did all that shit with a damn watermelon. No wonder Quincy Jones gets paid the big bucks. +2, +2. Many people speak Japanese in this chat. Many people. That wasn't even like a reference to anything. It doesn't even really make sense. Yes, thank you so much. It's a drum from Brazil? Really? I'm going to UBC for school for a few years. Any tips on what to see or do? Honestly, like you're kind of... Fuck you. Chad, let's just fuck you. Not because you're a bad person, but because genuinely, UBC has like an absolutely... I mean, a sterling academic reputation within Canada and pretty good internationally. It has a gorgeous campus that's right on the ocean, surrounded by lush, beautiful trees and green parks. It's separated from the rest of the city by a park that's like 3 kilometers long. Like, you don't need my recommendations. You're in a great spot. Congratulations and fuck you. Say, Chad, say it. No, don't say it. That's rude. I can't believe you guys were indulging me on that one. Extremely toxic. We have no faint friends. I'm T-Rex pilled. Have you ever noticed that about me? I don't know. Just go here for now. You're sending me mixed messages here? Just go to school, take your classes, and then walk out, and try not to take for granted that you're in like a absolutely beautiful part of the world. But I mean, you're in a beautiful part of the world, but you're also in a beautiful city within a beautiful part of the world, which is like crazy on top of that. Like, people will be like, oh, I love Vancouver, it's so nice. And then they'll fucking live in like, hang on, I gotta choose wisely here. Then they'll live in Kitsilano. Ew! Your ass moved from New York City to Kitsilano? One road ass Kitsilano, best sushi restaurants a 3 out of 5? Your ass moved to Fairview? You moved from Brooklyn to Fairview? Where the view ain't even that fair? But UBC is a different story. I mean, it's a gorgeous part of the town. You took the walk to Poland? Is this anything? What am I doing with you? I should have had 2 T-Rexes instead of your sorry ass. Oh, okay. No, whatever. Big scorpion. Oh, no. 2 T-Rexes. What's your problem with Fairview? Bro, nobody here lives... Okay, fucking fine. Fairview's okay. What's Fairview? Fairview's fucking, like, I don't know. It's around, like, the Broadway, Canby region. At least you got amenities. At least you don't live in South Granville. Another T-Rex! Yes, I'm Vancouver posting. Oh, another T-Rex! Another T-Rex! A boar is still pretty good. We're narrowing down where he lives? How do you know I didn't say my own district? What's wrong with South Granville? Granville Street just kind of pisses me off. Because, like, it runs straight through Shaughnessy, which is probably the neighborhood I should have spotlighted for being, like, the worst neighborhood in Vancouver, because it's annoying. I'm gonna get a lot of +2s for Hayden on Shaughnessy. Oh, was that a 10-piece? Okay, Maine and Hastings is worse. But Shaughnessy's annoying. It's like, hey, we got the most beautiful park in the city and all this land. What should we do with it? How about just like every block has one house on it? And what else is there? A beautiful park, maybe a golf course, and then like 7 lanes of traffic on Granville Street, all trying to get to Van Dusen Botanical Gardens. Anyway, /